I kept on my desk the sign that was on Harry Truman's desk, the buck stops here. And I realized that no matter what happened in the world, if the United States was even tangentially involved in it, the responsibility was mine. And that related in my mind to successes and also to failures. And one of the failures that I had, obviously, we've already discussed at length, and that is the hostage crisis. And we had some successes that I wasn't able to emphasize adequately, obviously, because of the outcome of the election. But we normalized diplomatic relations with China. We kept the world at peace. We had some very trying times. We brought peace to other people. During my 4 years, we never dropped a bomb. We never launched a missile. We never fired a bullet at another one. We brought diplomatic relations with China for the first time in 35 years. We resolved the Panama Canal treaties. We started the path toward doing away with apartheid in Africa. We brought peace between Israel and Egypt, and we got along well with the Soviet Union, even in Cold War. So we had some successes as well as some problems.
Because the Cold War was sort of entering its final movements, though we didn't know that then, the world felt like a pretty unstable place.
Well, it was unstable, and I think it's hard now to go back and remember how it was 25 years ago when in every country on earth, whether they were in Africa or Asia or Latin America or where, there was an intense competition between the Soviet Union on the one hand and the United States about who would prevail in that country for trade and commerce and for diplomatic approval and for votes in the United Nations. So there was an intense competition that went on in almost every country on earth. And I was worried more than anything else, above everything else, about the possible outbreak of a nuclear war, because both we and the Soviet Union, as you know, had enough nuclear weapons to completely destroy each other, but also maybe to cause a nuclear holocaust throughout the world. And I used to go into my Oval Office early in the mornings, and I had a big globe there, and I would turn it to Moscow. And I would try to put my mind in the same frame that I thought Brezhnev might have. I put myself in his shoes to make sure that I didn't do or say anything that would cause him to be fearful or paranoid enough or embarrassed enough to launch a nuclear attack. And so that was a constant concern of mine that, thank goodness, doesn't prevail now in nearly so vivid a fashion.